Hola, buen dia. In today's video, we'll be replacing any of the loose and broken blocks in the addition of the house, as well as leveling the walls.
And we'll show you two different ways of leveling. One with a level and one without a level.
Exactly. And once we have the walls leveled, you'll see us pouring a new lintel that spans across from the door over to the window, because the original one, for some reason, ended over the door. So there was no lintel for the window. So we fixed that. You'll get to see Mitzie up close and personal for some comic relief. And then we head over to the Bricomarche for the deal of the week. We picked up a Woodstove. It was almost half price. We're pretty sure it was last season's stock that they're clearing out. So you'll get to see the excellent customer service at the Bricomarche, and then you'll see us two clowns unloading it and dragging it into the house.
Yeah, a little heavier than we thought.
Yeah, you know, cast iron stove, a little heavy. Who knew? All right, enjoy the video.
Okay, bye.
Okay, bye. So there's a few of the blocks along the side here are completely loose. Like this one right here, you can literally just pick it up out of the wall. It's not attached. It's just sitting there. So we'll be fixing the side of the wall as well as leveling out this portion here. So you're just leveling it out here,
yeah.
Level with the roof, the flat roof.
I'm gonna make it level with the flat roof.
Okay.
That way when we put our
Sounds
blocks, because these are half blocks.
Yeah.
Or third blocks, right?
Yeah, and I don't see the point in cutting and having skinny blocks. So.
Exactly.
Okay. What you doing?
Cemento.
Cemento?
I'm filling in this gap here that's to make it level on top.
Ooh.
For the rest of the wall.
Nice. So he has the form clamped to the brick here, and then for the rest of the wall we're not able to clamp it, so we're bracing it with some 4x4s, or no, those are 6x6, whatever they are.
6x6.
We're bracing it with wood. Good.
And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put an angle here afterwards.
Where?
Here.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So this is going to be so this is level with with this board, right?
Yeah.
So that'll be the blocks will be on top, and then this will be obviously underneath the overhang. But I'm just going to put an angle here
just to make sure the water doesn't go the wrong way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is where the crack was. So.
Yeah, that's where it was leaking through into the annex building. That's going to be my wood shop. In there. You know, when it's not a mess. So while Grant was working outside on the wall, I used a few of the floorboards that we had taken up, and I've glued them together. They're tongue and groove, and I've just glued them and fit them back together. What I'm going to do now is clamp them probably across the middle, because I only have one clamp at the moment. And then I'm going to use these pieces that I've cut for legs. I'm going to put them across the width of the boards and weight it down with blocks so that it's hopefully going to end up drying somewhat straight and level. So we'll see how it goes. So it goes through and then over?
I think
maybe?
so. Hold on, let me.
Yes.
Problem is it may curl up like that.
That's why I'm going to put these this way with a block on it to keep them straight.
Oh, okay, well that should
be pretty good.
You might be able to
Once I get the
one
blocks
more.
on it, I maybe can tighten it more.
Yeah.
Okay, so then I'll do the other one on the other end. Thank you. And glue's gonna dry before I figure this out. There we go. So that looks like it is fairly straight now. I mean, it's not going to be perfect, but hopefully that keeps it fairly straight. I might put a couple more blocks here and here, just on either side of the clamp. But yeah, looks pretty good. Okay, moment of truth. We'll see if this thing stays together when we pick it up. All right, Joe, get off my table. I don't think we should lift it with a cat on it, do you? You think it's strong enough? Well, so far it hasn't fallen apart. So where he's working now, the blocks were all broken and falling off. So he just removed the ones that were there because they were no good anyway. They weren't stable. And then he's replacing them. And the wall wasn't level anywhere. So he's leveling it as he is replacing the top layer here. Same with this, is now level with the roof so that the blocks are level because the ones below are not. Looks like they had a drunken building party. So this is how you level a wall without a level.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
What am I doing?
You're gonna level it with, like, you know, drinking beer and leveling a wall.
Oh, it's just make that level.
Much better. Good job.
You know, make it even better. Now it's totally level.
You're hilarious. Nice shirt, by the way.
Thanks. Wall, fixing a wall.
Is that what you're doing?
Fixing a wall.
It's looking good.
Thanks. I work out.
What you doing?
Mortaring in.
And what you using?
Joe's tool.
Joe's tool.
Yeah, it's like a little form to make your mortar between your blocks
I'm just
a little more level and even. take it off. And you have an even mortar all the way around.
Very cool. So our friends used this when they were working on their patio area and making a retaining wall. And they lent it to us so that we can use it to repair our walls. So yeah, it works really good. You get a nice uniform amount of mortar in between your blocks. Everything is level. Easy peasy. So yeah, thanks to Joe and Bettina for making our life a little bit easier. So this is my workbench that I made the other day. You can see that it's warping on the corner. So this corner and the opposite corner there have warped up. That was my mistake because I set it out here to work on it. And then I got distracted by finding a mechanic and editing videos and totally forgot it was out here. So it spent all day yesterday and overnight just sitting here. I originally had it clamped and weighted down inside the house so that it would be nice and flat. So yeah, now I have to try and straighten it out. But first I'm going to sand it so that it's a little bit smoother and a better work surface. Joe, you're in the way now. Can you move, please? Thank you. So, but yeah, my original thought was correct. There's a little bit less damage on the underneath side. So really the only spot where there's a gap is on the end here. And I can always mix up some wood glue and sawdust and fill that in a bit if I'm really that worried about it. That's good enough for the sanding. And the next job will be, I need to stabilize the work surface. So instead of using the rougher, like 6x6 beams there, I decided to use some of the trim that we removed from the house. So this was trim around the windows. The wood seems to be in better condition and it's straight. All right, so this is what I have for the workbench. This is the bottom of the workbench. So I have 4 pieces of the trim from the windows that we removed from the house going widthwise. And then I have a couple pieces of the baseboard that we ripped up along the length. Basically doing that to try and give it a little bit more structure. It helped to straighten it out a little bit, but I feel like it's still twisted. So now I'm going to put the legs on and see if it straightens out a little bit once I turn it over with the legs on. That's my wobbly workbench. It's like a teeter-totter.
Like a jacuzzi.
Can play beer pong on it.
It's a perfect beer pong table. It's a nice length.
So the plan is to put that in here. So in the next couple of days, we should have the window and the metal door out of here, and then just the front door waiting to be installed. And then my workbench will just go across here, and those two chairs are actually garbage, so we need to get rid of those. But yeah, it's gonna go across that wall. I have a lot of crap to clean up here. But yeah, that's the plan. What are you doing? That's some lovely hair you have going on there. Thanks. So I have good news and bad news. What? The good news is we got in right away for the inspection. The bad news is Joey failed.
Really?
Yeah. Okay. So he needs new struts. He needs new rear tires because they're two different brands. Okay. They need to be the same brand. And his gas emissions are like 10 times what they should be.
Okay.
So how's our form?
Fitting. It's a banana. Yeah. But it matches the rest of the walls.
Yes, it does. So this is the frame that we finished yesterday, or the form. So we roughly framed in the window and the doorway, and then we created the form for the lintel, and we decided to just go with one continuous lintel across because there really isn't that big of a space in between the window and the door. So we decided to just go with one solid one instead of creating two that would have pretty much, yeah, not even a block in between them anyway. This just made more sense. Now this is the better cement, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can see the difference, right?
Yeah, this one has less air bubbles and it just, yeah, seems easier to work with.
And it's like a higher volume.
Yeah, I just found a leaf. Sorry. There's a little smudge there because I picked a leaf out.
Okay.
It's going to have blocks on top of it anyway. Hi, Mitzie. Don't you walk in the new cement, you little punk.
Exactly what she's gonna do.
Here she comes. Don't do it. No. Hey. No. No. Mitzie.
Hey.
Hey. Hey. Oh, you dumbass.
Thanks a lot, bud.
You had it so smooth, too. Not anymore.
Really?
Mitzie, what are you doing? Yeah, you have cement on your feet now. Are you okay? Come here. Come here. Let me see. Oh, you have cement all over you. Don't lick it, okay? Don't lick it. So that's what our cement looks like now. Life with cats. Gonna be your first bath. Hey, punk. Very cool. So this is our wood stove, so we're not freezing this winter. I know our fellow Canadians will be laughing at us because we're in Portugal and it's not that cold, but for us it's cold.
Go to check the glass. Check the glass. Okay.
Oh, okay. Você chama?
Nascimento. Nascimento.
Nascimento.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's good?
Looks good, no cracks. Good.
Okay.
Sim.
Muito bom. Muito obrigada para ajudar.
Obrigado e boa semana.
Boa semana.
Obrigado.
So, when you buy a cast iron wood stove, it's super heavy. Probably would have been useful if we had a push cart, but we still would have had to get it from the van to the ground. Put it on my toe. I'm good. I'm out. Whew. We got it out. Woo! So, we got our wood stove into the house. We're leaving it in the box for now, and the glass is this side here that we put facing the wall. We'll put more cardboard on top of it and probably around it just to protect it while we work on the roof. And once we get the new roof on, then we can measure the distance that we need, or the length that we need for the pipes to vent it outside for our chimney, our new chimney. All right, so in a few weeks, hopefully we'll be opening this thing up and installing it.